have some of that bread down here. Keep it over here.
The chicken is very good. Highly mighty good.
Come here, honey.
My sons, continence is one of the prime virtues of a Christian. He who gives in to the temptations of the flesh takes his first step towards hell.
In that case, you must know the whole way there and back by now, preacher.
About time, Ned. You're overdoing it with that water.
That's right. Too much water and you get it on the brain.
There's nothing like a quart or two of tequila to get married on. Right, Stump?
Yes, indeed, friend Tim. Marriage is a serious business, and yours truly will make sure it's celebrated legally. And according to the law of the Lord as well. Never forget it, Ned Carter. The hand of the Lord on high doth protect the world. And so it behooves us, every father's son, to obey his will. And if it is written that you shall marry Mary Bell, your evil habits will need to be renounced.
Very convincing, Bellman. As a preacher, I must say you're irresistible.
And it's a killer.
Bet that's what the old boy thought, too. Bishop of Louisville, mourning someone poisoned him. Hey, Bellman?
Silence, boy! Poor sinner. When at last your time has come down here on earth, you will burn in hell.
Hey, Ramirez!
Pastor, keep moving, girl. See, you must never let those glasses get empty, you understand?
Here, go on.
Do you think they will stay in Sonora after the marriage, Jose?
Why don't you ask him? You've been shaking your rump at him for years. Since before the war. And now you've got him close at hand.
Idiot. If they stayed around longer, things would change for the better. We'd have no more trouble around here, no more gunfights.
I might see you once a month.
Oh, for God's sake, stop thinking about that all the time. You and your damn jealousy, Jose. Jack, Teller, and those two, Slim and Cayuse, were in the 7th Cavalry together in the war, and Ned was their captain, too. He's the only man I know that could bring peace and quiet here, and you know it, don't you, Perito Mio?
Yes, but don't forget one thing. Ned marries Mary Bell. He also marries the mine that belonged to the father of Mary Bell. Muy bien, senor. Pronto. That mine means more gringos in Sonora. The gringos have always meant trouble for us Mexicans. Someday soon, someone is going to throw me out of this place and build himself a saloon. If I don't move out, the next morning they find my body in bed.
Not mine, maybe yours, Jose.
You don't have to tell me they wouldn't find your body next to mine.
Oh, come on, don't get mad, Jack. The war is over and we don't want another one. At least for today.
Then quiet those two down. See if they can shut their mouths for once. If not, I'll knock out the few teeth they have left.
We didn't come to Sonora to be insulted by two pigs who sold out to the Northerners.
Did you hear that, Cayuse? Two young noblemen from the South. Why don't you honor the Confederate gentleman with a bow? You know, they're used to being reverenced and served. Well, that's why they went to war, after all. To hold on to their privileges. You know, like taking a whip to anyone who doesn't have lily-white skin like them. You, for example.
Ned, you tell those sons of bitches they better hold their hands far away from their guns and start feeding their idiot faces.
That's enough, all of you. Bellman's prepared a sermon for a wedding, not a funeral. Now, come on. Let's all drink to it.
Not with a Mexican.
Dustin!
Oh, don't be afraid. Haven't you ever seen men doing exercises? Just having fun.
That's enough. Sit down, right now. Have something to drink. I've invited you all to my wedding, and I want you alive, and if possible, whole. We've come back to Sonora after 3 years. That time? Not so long. A lot of things have happened, including a civil war. So eat, drink, and be merry. In a little while, the stagecoach from El Paso will be here with Mary Bell, after which there will be a wedding. Mine. Mary Bell has inherited the old mine at El Churro, boys, and I aim to start getting that mine to work. I've been needing quite a bit of help, but no one's under any obligation. Whoever wants to stay can stay. Whoever wants to leave can leave. But for those who stay, one warning, to behave. Bellman. He has a nasty little habit of getting his hands into the collection boxes. I don't want to know about it. The Ross brothers. They have $2,000 price tags on their heads? I can't recall. I got a lousy memory. Big bottle. On the day of his 4th birthday, fell in the creek and hasn't touched water since. He may be dirty, but he's happy. Cayuse and Slim are a sight more dangerous than rattlers. Even if you don't touch them, you can get bit. Over there is Stump Courtney, our man of the law, our specialist in cheating the law. Well, it's better than letting it cheat you. Teller and Jack hate anybody coming from the north. Well, there's a lot of people who hate Southerners, so let's call it even. Joe the Cartridge would blow up a train even if his own parents were riding on it. Just means the boy's got a lot of enthusiasm. And how about our friend Tim? Well, for 20 years he's been making his living by playing with 5 aces in his deck. My point is, who gives a damn? My name is Ned Carter, and your friends are Ned's. And here's hell to anyone who takes us on.
Here's hell to him!
Hey, Ned. Seems there's 13 of us here.
4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You know, I believe the boy's right. That number's bad.
And the 13th man is Judas the traitor.
Hey, everyone! The stagecoach from El Paso is here. The stagecoach is here. Come on. Come on.
Madre de Dios, God help us.
I've never seen you drink so much, Tim. What's the matter?
Are my hands unsteady?
No.
Well, then?
I suppose it's nothing. But if you stop and really think about it for a minute, it's...
I'm listening.
Nothing makes any sense, that's what it is. In the first place, I don't understand why you accepted Ned's invitation. You swore you'd never come back to Sonora. But we came to see him get married. And more than that.
What more?
What I mean is that damned massacre on the stagecoach. Who the hell could it have been?
The Navajos in the mountains? No. They haven't attacked a stage for years. And the coach from El Paso never carries any money.
A man going after a stagecoach has to think out a plan, and carefully. There's more to it than just sitting there waiting for it to go by. You gotta know who's driving. You gotta know the cargo. And I'm a guy who's done over 20 and knows what he's talking about.
I brought you something to eat. Anything else?
Yes, a little wine if you have it.
Si, bueno, senor.
Let's get back to the stagecoach. No, as a matter of fact, get rid of the subject. Would you mind telling me what the hell we're up to here in Sonora?
This is where it began and where it'll finish.
What are you saying?
The whole story.
What whole story?
Every man's got a story, or he's no man. Our lives are like cards. The only thing is, we can't shuffle them by ourselves. The stakes are high, Joe, and there are no rules. But there's a system for winning.
What?
You shouldn't ask a man whose living is gambling about the tricks of his trade.
What the devil are you talking about? What kind of game do you mean? What kind of story? I'll be damned if I understand. This is the first time I've seen you like this. What happened? Don't tell me the sight of those bodies on that stagecoach is what's bothering you.
Will you shut up?
You are upset. To the point of not even trusting me.
Joe, don't complicate things.
Fair enough. Whatever you say. If what you really feel like doing is staying here alone, I'll leave you with your bottle. I'm gonna have a little fun, try and find myself a girl.
How you gonna bury him? The devil knows what they were. Protestants, Mormons, Baptists, Catholics. How you gonna give a sermon?
Back to dust they go, for dust they were. Pity us sinners, O Lord, pity us. Pray to all the sins of the flesh, and only God has the right to judge us.
No one else wants to. I am a judge on earth, but in the eyes of the Lord, we're all in the prisoner's box. Good night, Bellman.
May the Lord go with you.
Pobrecitos. May the Lord be kind to their souls.
Who would have thought there would be 4 funerals instead of a marriage?
Good evening. Yes, Senor Ned.
Find anything, Captain?
No, nothing. They must have ambushed them at Creek Hill. I saw hoof marks and skids where the stage had braked.
Desperados? Mexicans?
No, big horses. And a direct attack. The Mexicans have a much smaller animal, a pony or a Mustang. Where are the bodies?
Senor Stump said it was better to put them in the church of San Miguel for the night.
You think we might get a visit from the ranger?
After all, that stage was a mail coach. That's government. They're pretty sure to send someone in to look around.
Whoever killed Mary is mine. Law or no law. And I'll get him.
You ought to see him. They're drinking in every word Mr. Ned's saying.
And I say we should have killed the horses, too. That damn stagecoach never should have made it all the way to Sonora.
Oh, shut up. We only followed orders and just the orders we was given. We had to take care of the girl and those 3 other bastards. Well, we done it.
You bet. There ain't no woman worth that kind of money. Believe me, for that much, I'd wipe out every woman in Madame Sarah's fancy establishment. But you make your knife work last too effing long.
Let's not go squabbling again. Remember who we are, the 3 Ross brothers. And if we all stay like this, you understand, ain't no one gonna stop us doing nothing. Never. This here bag's got 2,000 pieces of gold. Tomorrow morning, when we get hold of the rest, we're heading off toward a fine time in Durango. Go and see if that stew's cooked. And let's shut our mouths about this.
Yeah, food stuff ain't even boiling.
Shove on another piece of wood. I'm so hungry, I'm liable to eat the knife and fork. You might even try making him give out a little more. After the job we done for him, we ought to be paid better.
Yeah, I'll bring it up.
What the? That was dynamite. That's what you're good at doing. Let's get moving.
You may be right. Hold on. Let's go.
We are gathered here in your sight, O Lord, to render a last farewell to 7 of our brethren who have departed this vale of tears, and to beg your intercession. For in the good book it is written that one day the trumpets of judgment shall sound, and the dead shall rise from their graves. Those among them who in life had sanctified your name and obeyed your commandments, their souls shall be saved. Oh, my Lord, perhaps you had better forget about Albert, Allen, and Arthur Ross, because no one would say that they possess souls. We ask salvation for the 3 men in the grave alongside, but we know a welcome is there for Mary. We know, O Lord, that a woman usually is only a demon without a tail, but not Mary Bell. She was different. Gather her to your heart, dear Lord. Allow her into your heavenly place. Amen.
Oh, Captain, you know, Tim and Joe ain't around. Not because they're Northerners, you understand. But if there's one fella always playing with dynamite, that fella's Joe.
And they were the last ones to come here.
That's just what I had in mind, sir.
Lovely ceremony, eh, Judge?
Those three weren't postmen on the stagecoach. They were federal investigators sent from Washington. Why the hell did they come to Sonora disguised as some kind of postal agents?
Hey, you're asking me, Judge? I guess they were watching over Mary Bell.
You must have drunk up your brains, you stupid fool. I bet if someone opened you up, he'd find traces of blood in the whiskey in your veins.
Ah? Would that be serious?
There's something in this that's wrong. I don't buy it. No, sir. Ned wants to get married, so he invites all his old friends to come to Sonora. Everything's been arranged. We're just waiting for Mary from El Paso. Yeah, but when the stage gets here, the only thing it lets out is cadavers. And those three men buried out there on the hillside did not belong to any postal service.
May they rest in pieces.
Police. And what does one of them have in his pocket? Plan of a mine. This. Yes, sir. Old Man Owens's. The very same mine that belonged to Mary Bell, for a short time only. I must say it's pretty darn strange. Well, I don't know if you understood a word of what I was saying, but if you did, keep it to yourself, my friend.
Start talking, you drunken weasel.
I told you. It was the judge that found it. A letter from Washington.
Don't try to play smart.
Cut that out, Jack.
Didn't you hear? Those were three government men.
I heard. But whoever killed them killed Mary Bell as well. Come on, Big Bottle. Have a drink. Thanks. Thanks, Ned. I know I'm a little bit hard in the head. Since that bullet I picked up in Gettysburg, you remember? Anyway, I was with Stump and he started talking about those three debtors and how he found out by looking through their pockets that they wasn't really from the post office at all. They was Federals from the government. Stump couldn't figure it out, and there was another thing he couldn't figure out. And that was, he found something in one of their pockets. The dead guys, you know. The map of the mine.
What kind of map?
The one of old Owens' mine. Ain't that why we're here? It would have belonged to Ned if he'd gotten married. Because it belonged to Mary Bell's dad, her father.
What does that mean? What the hell about it?
Listen to me. You all know that I swore to avenge Mary Bell. No one is allowed to leave the town till it's all cleared up. You understand? Sure, Ned, sure. Good. Now, I want you to try to remember what Stump said, word for word.
Well, what the hell, Ned? What's the matter with going to ask Stump, huh?
One thing at a time. Whoever put that bullet between Mary Bell's eyes is clever and wants to make me make a mistake. We'll see Stump all right. And we'll find Tim and Joe besides. But we'll hear Bottle first, starting now. So come on, spit it out. As a matter of fact, when they brought those three down into the little church there, well, Stump went looking through their things, I suppose. I was a little drunk, but I saw. Yeah, that's what he did. He went right through their clothes, yeah. That's right.
Then it's true. 13 together at the table really does bring bad luck. The Ross brothers and the stump, it's a curse.
Shut up and start looking around. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Come on, let's get out of here.
There's a cross here on mine shaft 2. I wonder what the hell that means, Tim.
If we could have made it there quicker, he might have explained. But it's a little late.
Corpses aren't very talkative, huh?
Yeah, they become very reserved.
Well, do you think he killed himself?
Yeah. They must have hit him pretty hard before they hanged him.
Poor fellow. He never was much of a judge and never could have been a very good one. But I'll tell you something. He knew his law, all right. I wonder what made them do him in.
You've got the answer right there on your knee. The mine. Old Owens was a clever man. He shut it up during the war. But in shaft number 2, where he marked the cross, we ought to take a look down there.
What are you thinking?
I'm not really sure, Joe. Ned Carter was a superintendent there for Owens before the last war was begun. And by marrying the girl, the mine by law would become his property.
So Mr. Ned must know a thing or two, huh?
And besides that, Bellman used to work for Old Man Owens before he became holy. And so he must know that mine, too.
I still have the idea that something isn't right, Tim.
What?
Last night after the explosion, you ran away. And it's the first time you've been known to run. I was with you that day in Tucson. You got Jim Moore and his men. I won't forget it easily. 6 bullets is what you had in your shiny new gun, and they got the Undertaker 6 bodies.
So what?
It's just that when somebody's as quick and accurate as that with the sidearm, he's not about to run because he's scared.
It doesn't matter at all for you. The problem isn't yours. Tell me, whose side are you on?
You know that one, Tim. I'll go with you.
That's good. You go ahead and tackle Reverend Bellman. I gotta go see someone in Sonora. I'll meet you tonight, back here.
So long.
Hey, you know where to find him?
Sure, in prayer. I'll be praying for some girl to keep him company in bed. Yeah.
Tell her, Jack. We'll ford the river south of Bandera. The rest of you take the West Canyon. We'll meet at the mine in a couple of hours, right?
Right. Okay, Captain.
Adios, Captain! Come back soon! Adios!
that thing away, will you? They've gone. All right? No one will think of coming here to look for you.
And your husband?
The only thing you have to worry about is Ned's gun. Why in the devil did the two of you murder the Ross brothers? Joe should have realized it was like leaving his signature. He really does know his way around dynamite, doesn't he?
Joe didn't do it.
Well, then why did you run away? Ned and the rest are positive that you and Joe...
I know, but we didn't have anything to do with it, even if no one would believe it. 8 deaths in 2 days is a record. Even for Sonora. They'll have to enlarge the graveyard.
You said 8. How is that?
Stump, the judge. Him, too.
Santa Madre.
It's true. Too bad. Know anything about it, Amelia?
No. I had no idea.
You must never lie, my dear. A terrible sin. And I'm sure you don't want to go to hell. Now, do you? I found this in Stump's little cabin. Never leave your personal effects near a dead man. Understand?
Bastard!
I'm sorry, not at all. In case you care. My mother and my father were legally married, and not by Stump, or by Bellman either, as far as that goes. What's the matter? A little slap never hurt anybody. And besides, a man who gambled would never hit a woman all that hard. He could hurt his hands, and that would be a disaster. I want to know why you visited the judge, and then we can be friends.
The Golden Cross.
Huh?
Before he died 6 years ago, Mary's father, Stafford Owens, hid a huge amount of stolen Mexican gold. It's in the mine, but no one knows where, and a lot of people have looked for it.
But what did Stump have to do with this? You might have warned Ned.
Never in my life. You two think that Amelia goes sniffling around Ned Carter all the time. You're just like my husband, like everybody. No, I hate that bastardo, who treats us all like servants. I only wanted to warn the judge that Big Bottle had been talking. Then I found him hanging from that beam, muerto. I swear it's true, Tim. You must believe me.
I believe you, Amelia, this once. It's no skin off my nose. But if you're lying, well, it'll be the worse for you. Just so you don't make any mistake. You just keep your mouth closed. Understand? So long.
Inés? Aren't you ready yet? The preacher is waiting for you. Let's see. Ah, it's better like this. Still hungry, senor?
Listen, tell Pedrita to send Inez here. I always say, it's a lot more fun with 3. Don't you think so?
Si.
Hey, come on, you can leave this here. Come on, hurry up.
Enjoying yourself, preacher? Very pleasant little parish. Well, I've always said it. Bellman has a weakness for little strayed lambs.
But what are you doing, Joe?
Come on, calm down. To liberate oneself from the weight of money to get to heaven more easily is the first duty of a Christian. Here.
Gracias, senor. Muchas gracias.
All right, go on.
You know, if you like.
He'll go to hell with all that money, but you won't mind it all. Sit down. Make yourself comfortable, Reverend. Well, look at that. Dynamite, isn't it? You know what happened to the 3 Ross brothers the other night? Well, someone made the Rosses go boom in pieces.
Joe, what are you trying to say?
Reverend, it's nothing. Only a little game I thought of. I have some questions to ask. Now, if your answers are mistaken or wrong...
Yeah, sure. I get it. Whatever you like.
All right. Let's begin.
What's this? What are you driving at? This is the mine that belonged to Owens.
Perfect. First question. What's down in shaft number 2? You put in some years of that mine before you decided there was more money in religion.
Number 2, eh? That caved in, Joe.
Yeah, go on.
Hold off. Give me a minute's time, will you? Yeah. During the war, it caved in. Sure, boy, it happened around October, near the end. Confederates all going behind the lines, retreating.
Listen to me, Bellman, and listen good. That map you got in your hands murdered Stump Courtney, as sure as a rifle bullet. So you can see it's something important. Come on, let's hear it.
This was in the pockets of one of the 3 corpses, right?
They were agents sent by the government.
Oh, Lord.
Don't meddle upstairs. If he knew you were here, it'd start raining firebolts. What I want to know, you can tell me in one damn word, Reverend. Can you find that mine shaft? Well? No one's here yet.
I think we better wait for Ned.
Well, let's give a good look around, huh? If Joe and Tim have been around here at all, there should be hoof prints.
How do I remember this stinking place? I worked here for $2 a night guarding the storage depot. Whoever invented work ought to be shot.
Where the hell do you think you're going?
Nature calls, Slim, nature calls. Platoon, halt!
Is this it, Captain? It seems a perfect place. All we must do now is unload the chests and then hide them. All right, Captain. Proceed.
I'm sorry, General, that's not all. Before we hide the reserve gold of the Confederate Army, since the war is over and unfortunately we lost it, there's still one thing to do. With your kind permission, General. Waiting long?
Just a few minutes.
See anyone?
Nah, nobody. Those two bastards must have crossed the Rio Grande already.
Sure. They weren't about to just ride into a trap as wide open as this.
Where's Big Bottle?
In a cave. He said he wanted to take care of a call of nature in a hurry. He went in a half hour ago. So damn drunk, he probably fell asleep while he was doing it.
Someone ought to go look for him. You can lose your way without trying in half a minute.
Wouldn't be any great loss. The only one who'd be sorry would be Ramirez. With the amount of liquor he sold to Big Bottle, he could retire.
So this man in New Orleans has shown two kings, Tim nothing. What you see is a jack and an 8 or a 7 or some such. 30 double eagles. The man calls out loud, and Tim puts down his money real quick. Everyone gets cards. The man pulls off another king, and Tim gets 1 ace. So the man looks around and says 200 double eagles, and a quarter horse with a new saddle, and about 100 acres of real good cattle land in California. Tim sees. They give him the cards, and Tim gets a beautiful ace. He had the third one covered, and that was the prettiest one of all.
Ned, no. Wait, please, don't.
What's so strange about that? 3 aces beat 3 kings anywhere,
Yeah?
even in New Orleans.
Right. But in the beginning, Tim had a 7 hidden in there. Saw it myself. And when a 7 becomes an ace, let me tell you, that's a miracle that beats the hell out of the resurrection.
Hey, what happened, Captain?
The whole damn roof caved in. The beams broke. That idiot was in there.
Dead, I suppose.
I'd like to see you survive with half a mountain on your head.
I said it from the beginning. This mine's a trap for sure.
If you're counting Tim and Joe, there are 8 of us who are missing.
What do you mean, Jack?
There were 13 of us at that table, you remember? Well, there's a lot less than that now. That's what I mean.
Bottle's already buried. At least we don't have to bother with a funeral. Whoa, whoa.
Well, did you see him? Will he do it?
Yeah, I talked him into it. That was very persuasive. He knows the whole mine. He says shaft number 2 caved in, but he knows how to get in through a tunnel in the side.
Here, you want some? I had a little talk with Amelia.
Not a bad-looking girl. Pretty face. And pretty other things.
Mm-hmm. She seems to think there's gold down there in that hole.
For a silver mine, that's a little strange. And the mine's played out. It's dead.
This gold's already minted in San Francisco. Big double eagles, 20s and 100s. She's not a stupid kind of woman, is she? I wouldn't be surprised if she's right. When Bellman gets here, we'll both take a look.
Do you trust Amelia?
Oh, about as much as she trusts me.
Why the hell did you come here?
I thought I'd find you reading the Bible. But I see you have some commoner interests, too. What were you doing? You were figuring how to spend the bounty they got on Jack.
You ask too many damn questions. The sacred scriptures say, "Beware ye of womankind, fearful source of evil."
Am I missing anything that the girls down at Pedrita's place have? Or is it just that I'm not your type? Hmm?
You still haven't said what the hell you came here for.
I just want to see Tim and Joe, too. And you know where they are, right?
Just forget it. This is a very risky business. Want to live through it.
Ned and the others are sure that Tim and Joe took care of the 3 Ross brothers. And they probably know something about the stagecoach murders.
And you don't?
Let's understand each other, amigo. The pants and vests you're wearing, they don't stop bullets, do they? Pedrita told me that Joe came to her house and spent an hour upstairs speaking with you. A little piece of paper I saw when I came in was the map of the mine that belonged to old Owens. Don't think that I'm stupid. I realize that you cannot be talking or be taking me to Tim. But you can bring him some food and some ammunition as well, huh? All right? All you have to tell him is Amelia sent it. Hmm?
Whose side are you on?
On the winner's side, of course, Reverend.
You're clever, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
But if Ned begins to catch on, someone might find this pretty body with a couple holes more than it needs.
And that would be a pity, wouldn't it?
When a girl's dead, she isn't much good for anything. Come here. Come here. Come here, will you? Ditch poison.
And dead men aren't much good for anything either.
No sign of Bellman, huh?
Not yet. And I doubt if he'll be showing up.
Could be he's trying to put one over on us.
I'd say someone put one over on him.
I wouldn't be surprised if sooner or later he showed up.
Going. How is it? Can you move?
Well, I'm not about to do any ballroom dancing, but the leg's still there.
Cover me. I'll get the horses.
Go!
Don't move. Throw down that gun. Captain, I've got Joe.
that you've rested some, maybe you'll be able to think just a little bit better, huh? So we'll begin at the same place we started from. Now, Tim wanted to talk to Stump. And when the two of you got there, you found him hanging. The same spot you're tied up now. Is that right?
Yes.
You looked through Stump's desk and you found the map of the mine. What was Tim looking so hard for in Stump's papers, Joe?
Something to do with Old Man Owen's will, I suppose. Tim, he never says a word about what he's thinking, you know that, don't you?
That's true enough with others, of course. Except he always trusted his old friend Joe the Cartridge. I wondered just exactly what in Owen's will could have been interesting to Tim. He wasn't going to marry the girl after all. Am I right?
That's all I know.
Jack the Beast was one of the chief butchers in the war with the Seminoles. You want to know why they call him Jack the Beast? I'll tell you why. Since you're going to learn. He's going to cut the tendons in your crotch and your arms. So you won't be able to move your legs, your arms, or anything at all, Joe. Oh, I assure you, you'll die all right. But not for a while. Go on, Jack.
Tim learned up north about the gold that disappeared that belonged to the Confederate Army. The war was over. There was no more hope for the South, but the Army still had $200,000 in gold. That's right, $200,000 in gold. That the government decided to put away in Mexico someplace. And from the 7th Cavalry, they selected a platoon to go with the gold. And you were in that army, the 7th Cavalry. You were the scout for the escort. The convoy took a route through Sonora.
He fainted again.
That's enough, Jack. I've heard all I need.
Well, I haven't. The 7th Cavalry Platoon, the judge, the mine. There's only one thing I understand in all this damn mess. There's $200,000 in gold hidden somewhere around here. Oh, come on. I never caused you no trouble, now did I? You always gave the orders, and I always followed them. But we ain't in uniform anymore. You can't go on keeping us in the dark. Fess up, Captain. What's going on? I seem to remember hearing about a load of gold right after Gettysburg. And I guess you know something about it. We didn't go on that escort, but I know who did. The Ross brothers. And you, Captain.
You ain't trying to sneak something over on your old pals who were there fighting beside you, are you, Ned?
Facts are very simple. Instead of letting all that gold fall into Yankee hands, I shoved it all down the mine old Owens wasn't using. But something happened I wasn't counting on. The old man found all those bodies down in number 2, and so I had to murder him. But Mary found out. Owens had written it all down, so she called the marshal. Lucky there was no proof. They just found skeletons at the bottom of the shaft.
Then the stagecoach. It was you.
Do you know any woman worth $200,000? The brothers took care of that little business. No woman is worth $200,000. And no man, believe me.
There. One of Hernandez's men will see that signal, and he'll get here tomorrow afternoon with his men. You'll have all the help you need to clean out the shaft and get the gold. And then we'll go to Veracruz, stuffed with money.
Tomorrow is tomorrow. There's still a night in between, and we mustn't waste the nights.
Querida. It seems fair to me. We divide it into 4 parts. 1 part for my men, 1 part for me, 1 for you, and 1 part for Emilia. But you told me 5, no? 5 parts? Who's the 5th one, amigo?
Sonora. Sonora and everyone that lives in it.
Bueno. But who do we give it to? I suppose it goes to Ramirez. Ramirez has always behaved himself with us. He has always been a friend. He never said no when we asked for anything. He always gave it tequila, arms, ammunition. I guess he should get it.
Hernandez, I never thought of you as compassionate. Let's be practical. You know what I mean? You can't make an omelet without breaking eggs.
That one.
What should I do?
Murder him.
No, Emilia, no.
Now you are a widow. Now we can make that omelet.
You mean to say you cheat against yourself at solitaire?
Cheating is simply helping out Lady Luck, and since Lady Luck doesn't exist anyway, when you think about it, I'm only hurting myself. How's the powder?
It's dry enough. Just needs to be compressed a little. It'll work.
I'm glad to hear it.
I'd lay money that you loved her.
Yeah. She loved me, too.
We are ready now. Watch here closely. A lovely smile, s'il vous plaît. A subtle movement about the lips. Voila. Yes, lovely. Don't move. We must immediately proceed to another of the same for purposes of security.
So Ned invited you, too.
Yeah, I'll be going with Joe. We'll get to Sonora tomorrow.
I spoke with Major Davidson. 3 of your rangers will be going with me. They'll pretend to be from the post office.
I'm glad. Once you get to Sonora, just let everything go along the way that bastard planned it. And then, when the right time comes, they'll fall in the trap.
Fine, but suppose we can't find any proof when we visit the mine. And that he really wants to marry me.
Doesn't matter. Before that, I'd be dead. Sure as 4 aces beat 4 queens. At the same time, I would much rather you stayed out of this whole mess.
But if it's the only way to prove the man's guilty.
I know, but I'm not wild about it.
Oh, you'll be there to take care of me. And then, of course, your rangers. And 4 men is a large bodyguard for a girl as small as I am, wouldn't you say?
Please, you must not forget the vital quality. Collaboration only. The daguerreotype requires a maximum of concentration for you. The exigencies of photography, polished work, technique, and spiritual fecundity. We are dealing with the reputation of Monsieur Jean-Pierre Duvillard. Yes, my reputation. Très bien, hold it, please. I believe it. An exciting pose. No movement. Magnifique. Perfection. I would say marvelous. Now I shall proceed to the dark room. Soon.
When this is over, where will you go?
Wherever my bosses want.
You mustn't leave me.
I never left you. Even when you thought you loved Ned, I didn't leave you.
So she wasn't coming to marry Ned. She meant business to set a trap for him.
Mm-hmm. Those 3 men were to help me find out what went on with the Confederate gold. You know, I doubted Ned from the day that he got back. But there was no proof, nothing. And Mary Bell... Yeah.
Couldn't make it work, huh?
Sure, but I'm changing the game. The Queen of Spades, Emilia. The King of Spades, Hernandez. All the men with Hernandez. And Ned Carter. In 2 hours, we can say it's all over now. Down there.
All right. There are only 18 chests down there at the bottom of that shaft. Your men should be able to take care of it in a couple hours, right?
Bueno.
Show you the places where you'll have to
Dynamite.
use explosives. Just a small hole will be enough, right through the left wall. Then we'll load everything on the mules and start moving towards Cerritos.
Vamos, muchachos. Bring that wagon down here.
only two. Hurry. Go on. Why are you waiting?
It's a trick. Yes. It's another one of your dirty, filthy tricks. To get us all killed. And we fell for it.
"13 of us at the table. Only 2 of them are alive now. And the 13th is always a traitor. Remember, Ned?